Hi, this is Lutz again with an idea how property could be defined in the culture of planetary solidarity, and with a few remarks what the personal change from the old culture to the culture of planetary solidarity could look like or feel like. I hope you have already seen the other videos on my YouTube channel Kultur der planetarischen Solidarität. There you can find a 2-minute, an 11-minute and a 1-hour version in German and English. If you haven't already listened to the other videos, I would recommend to do that before listening to this video, at least the 11-minute version. I would also like to say that this video here is a step to put the culture of planetary solidarity in more concrete terms. It is not a description of the framework like the other videos. It is important for me to enable a colorful mosaic of solutions within the framework of the culture of planetary solidarity. Therefore, my ideas can be some of more solutions. But I have to emphasize that in doing this, the framework of the culture of planetary solidarity, briefly described with the rights of the planet and the basic physical and psychological needs of humans, must not be overstepped. Make yourself aware of your basic physical and psychological needs, how vital their fulfillment is for you, and how dependent this fulfillment is upon Mother Nature and the good living together of humankind. Information about the basic human needs, especially about the not so well-known basic psychological needs, can be found in the long version on my YouTube channel. Well, how do I envision property in the culture of planetary solidarity? From my point of view, the right of ownership should be transformed into the right of disposal. At first, this would be felt like property or right of ownership today, but would then be relatively directly connected with ecological and social duties. This, for example, means that you have to support measures to protect our planet or the basic physical and psychological needs of human beings, even if these measures interfere with your right of disposal. This is an indirect, not direct but indirect, return service for the gift that you have received with the ending of economic constraints due to the ending of the principle of direct return service as the dominating principle of the economy. In favor of the protection of our planet and the fulfillment of basic physical and psychological human needs, luxurious needs have to be pushed into the background. Again, in short words, you get things for free in the culture of planetary solidarity, and in return you support ecological and social activities. I want to delimit the term property from personal ownership. That means we now are not talking about underwear or toothbrushes. Also, we don't talk about abstract forms of property like intellectual property. I now want to explain the term right of disposal with 3 examples. Example 1, computer. As long as you treat a computer well, which is at your disposal, it is like property today. If somebody else wants to use it, you have the right to allow it or not. This would change if you didn't comply with ecological and social duties connected with the fact that you have got the computer for free. Or if you destroyed resources, grey energy, and the work of others by treating the computer badly. Then you would lose the right of disposal. Example 2, castle with park. Owners of a castle receive the support which is necessary for the maintenance of the castle and the park, from the community for free. From this fact arise certain ecological and social obligations. These obligations could, for example, be fulfilled with the offer of living space and recreational areas. The owners keep the right of regulation within the ecological and social framework of the new culture. They would only lose this right if they willfully damaged their property or did not comply with their ecological and social duties. The same rules are in force in example 3, industrial combine. The persons who run the combine today would also run it in the new culture, as long as they comply with the rules. They are the persons who know the complex structures of a combine best, and this knowledge is important, especially in times of change. The ecological and social duties arise out of the cost-free support, resources and workforce from the community. At the end, a couple of remarks what the personal change from the old culture to the culture of planetary solidarity could look like. At the moment, it is not possible to propose detailed recommendations, but it is certain that the culture of planetary solidarity would end any financial pressure and would bring ecological and social obligations. It is well conceivable that each person will get simple standard recommendations for decision-making and conduct for this phase and for the time after the move to the culture of planetary solidarity. As a consequence, the everyday life should be easy to organize, even in face of great necessary changes. A good picture for that are the orchestrated movements of a swarm of birds or a school of fish, which are based on simple rules. Well, this was a brief comment about property in the culture of planetary solidarity and the personal transition from the old culture to the culture of planetary solidarity. Best wishes for all of us, Lutz.